Fearless. And today on the Forever Fearless podcast, we have this special guest, Chef Liz. Liz, I'm so glad we finally had a chance to sit down. I know you're extremely busy. She's a celebrity chef, and I think the biggest thing about you is really your story. You know, besides the fact that you can actually cook without burning your house down, it's where you came from and where you are right now, and the vision that you have.
Yeah, so thank you for inviting me.
Yes.
I'm super excited. I met you on December, we was talking about that, and it was so cool and inspiring to know your story too.
Right.
So I feel like it's amazing. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I'm very glad to meet you too. So,
Let's get it.
Yeah.
So let's get right in. You are originally from where?
I'm from Venezuela.
Okay, Venezuela.
I came here 5 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I came with a bag of dreams.
Yeah.
I always say that. And my main purpose was to discover myself, you know, like to understand why I am here in this world.
Yeah.
And I took the opportunity to be in this country that I'm very blessed. I appreciate a lot to be here. And
What is the question? Why do you appreciate it?
because I feel like you can do whatever you want, you know? It's all in your mind.
Right.
And if you focus, you work hard, and you can do whatever you want, and everything's possible.
And that's huge, right? Because I bring that up because you can't do that everywhere in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
and so that's why I was asking why you appreciate being here in America, because I know, can you kind of give us an understanding as to what was going on in Venezuela?
Yeah, so when I came here, my country was like a lot of political problems, and it was a dangerous place to live.
Dangerous in regards to like what were some things that were happening?
Like every day somebody was kidnapped.
Yeah.
You know, I was kidnapped.
Oh wow.
Like 10 years ago.
Wow.
And it's something that you tell people that, and it's normal. You know?
Right.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, oh, for you.
It's
me too.
very scary.
Or my cousin too, or my aunt, or somebody close to you. And I don't want that for me, you know? I was like, also, like the society is something that influences you too on your dreams.
Yeah.
So that's why I say that I appreciate to be here, because I have surrounded so many cultures, so many people.
Yeah.
Like, if you choose well, you're gonna find so many diamonds.
For sure, for sure.
So it's something, so it's something that I appreciate.
Yeah, and thanks so much for sharing that, you know, because like my father who came from Sierra Leone, you know, he's like, the people come off the boats and they smell the opportunity. People that are born here don't realize how blessed it is to never be kidnapped, to not have to worry about bombs going off in your neighborhood, you know? The fact that right now, today, if you just had a couple $100s, you can go start a business.
Yeah.
It's not that way everywhere, you know, and so like you said, just the possibilities are endless, and I think that's beautiful.
Yeah. Also, so yeah, I came here with that on mind. Like, I want to be a great chef. I went to the culinary school in Venezuela, and I saw this opportunity because I studied marketing too. But you know, like some careers you cannot apply in other countries. Yeah. But culinary school, like to do this is something that you can do it everywhere.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to eat. You know. So for me it was like I'm going to pursue this dream, and it has been amazing. Can you try my lobster roll?
Oh my gosh! So first off, thank you for cooking for us, okay? Because I actually love lobster rolls, and you were like, "Oh, I'll just make lobster rolls when you come over," and I was like, "You know my heart. This is beautiful." So I'm super excited. Thank you so much for taking us through the cooking process as well. You know, which is probably playing right here, right now. But I'm about to get in right now. And
okay, I want to bite too.
Yeah, I just want to make sure to call my insurance and make sure, you know, they can take care of it.
You have nothing.
Thank you, Lord. Oh, yes. It really is so good.
Yeah.
Something so simple and so good.
It's so simple.
Yeah.
I
But
love
I've seen restaurants mess it up though.
it.
I've seen people mess it up though.
Wow.
You know, so. But I'll say I was a big fan even after you saved all of our friends' giving. I was like, she was really, really good, you know? I'm just humble about it. But I asked you, I said, what makes your cooking so good? And you said you put what special ingredient?
Yeah. Yeah. I always say that you need to put intention of all the things you do. So, by the way, this is my first English interview.
Oh.
I love it. I feel confident. I know that it's not gonna be perfect, but you understand me.
Yeah.
So,
I'm like, wait, what?
what? So yeah. What I want to say, like start with appreciating this country.
Yeah.
And I came first to New York City, and it was like, yeah, in my head, New York City is perfect, you know, like we expect to have the same life of the movies.
Right. Not.
But it's not. I worked on a couple of restaurants there. Then it was like, this is too much for me. The cold, I couldn't speak English at the time, and it was hard to be by myself, you know. So I came to Miami because everybody speaks Spanish here. I have friends, family.
Smart.
Yeah, like Miami was nice, but yeah, I always felt that emptiness, like what am I doing here?
Yeah.
How, like to figure out how is the way to go, you know, through my goals.
Yeah.
How can I do it? So, 2020 happened, and you was asking me, like, how was for you 2020? Was the best time for me.
Which is crazy to say that.
Yeah, I know that a lot of people had a bad time, but I'm very sure that it was part of the process to be who we are now.
Yeah.
So for me, it was the best experience ever, even when I spent all my savings on rent, on food, those 5 months.
Yeah.
But I took so much of that time. I tried to know myself, what I want to share to the world, how to, like to be more creative, to improve my cooking.
There we go. So you used it to improve yourself, right? And like you said, kind of reevaluate your life and analyze things rather than just watching Netflix all day.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
some people did.
I know.
You know, and they didn't get any, they actually went backwards
Yeah.
in their life at that time, right? Some people became alcoholics during that time.
Wow.
You know, some people got more depressed, people were drinking more, they were doing more drugs, rather than being constructive with their time. So I respect you for that. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know about that. But yeah, I did my website, I started like working on my personal brand because I feel like to be a chef is just the way that we teach us is just to work on a restaurant and your restaurant has to make Michelin stars and then you're gonna be somebody. But the rest you're gonna just be super sad, depressed, working 60 hours per week.
No.
And like it's something that like shocked me at the same time because the industry that it was more affect it was the food industry. So it was something like a awakeness too because the food industry have been the same for 300 years. And after that, we start seeing more pop-ups like ghost kitchens or like Uber Eats, then Postmate, and all these part-time companies. And it was like a new beginning for the kitchen, for my industry.
Yeah.
It's also like you show a lot of chefs using their phones, doing recipes or talking.
Adapting.
Everybody was like trying to figure it out, and I feel like I was conscious in that moment that that's gonna happen. Like that this is happening for this reason.
For sure.
So what is the way, or I want to construct, or to build the way that I want to live to my dream. You know. So I want to cook because I love to do this. This make my soul shine, and I want to live of this. So how can I do it and at the same time make money? And like connect with nice people like you.
For sure.
Or have friends, family. So like to have a normal life. And I've been doing that for 2 years.
Congratulations. Seriously.
So I figured it out. I'm living my dream.
But that right there, you figured it out. Nobody just walked up to you and was like, hey, here's a game plan and what to do. Sometimes you have to take the time to get away from everybody and make an actual plan of what you want to do.
Yes.
And then you actually have to put action behind it. So you were telling me some of the things that you were doing for action because, like you said, it didn't just all come to you in one day and everything was great and rosy, right? Like, tell me about some of the hard times when you were.
So when COVID started in March, like when we locked out, and at the end of July, I was completely broke. I couldn't find jobs. Like all the restaurant was closed.
And that's what I was thinking.
And I was like, I remember that I like knocked every door. Like, hey, please help me. I do whatever you want, but I need a job because I have like 500 in my account, and so I have to return my apartment because I couldn't pay it. And somebody, ex-boss that I used to work with, he said, Liz, I have this restaurant on Boca Raton. You can go there. I need people. Try to do something and like survive.
Right.
So I said yes. I have to. It was the only opportunity, and I know that I could make other things, but I was so focused on my kitchen. I couldn't think to do anything else. Like I couldn't be whatever, assistant or other things. But
no other skill, like that was speaking to your spirit.
For me it's like, no, I need to focus just on cooking. So I went there. I spent like 2 weeks living in my car. Figuring it out.
Say that again. Seriously, it's real.
Okay, I spent 2 weeks living in my car. And some friends tried to help me. I go different places to get a shower.
You mentioned the ocean, right?
I went to the beach so much. It was like something that I still love to do.
You
know.
Does it feel kind of bittersweet though, because you were, like you said, you were living in your car, and you're almost like going to the ocean to just bathe really quickly, and then still get back to like your regular life. It's like in that hard time, like what were your thoughts? Did you ever think you were gonna make it out from there?
I have so much strength in that moment, and I always say that even when I didn't have nothing, I have so many like moments with joy, like crazy.
Even when you had nothing.
It was like even in my car listening Alicia Keys because I love her. So listen.
This girl was on fire.
Like I'm a superwoman. All these powerful words.
Right.
So I remember me in my car at night just listening music and having so much certainty. It's gonna be like, I can do it. This is just a moment that I need to go through, and I know that it's something better for me. This is part of my story.
Absolutely, and there's so much power in what you just said, right? Like the fact that you're like, you know there's something better.
Yeah.
You know, in that moment where everything's coming down, even though, you know, you're having your little moments in the car, do you ever feel like giving up?
No.
And that's powerful,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Where do you think that confidence came from? Where do you think that knowing?
Just to save my life, you know, to preserve my life. And I have to say, like, your mentally, how do you feel mentally is so important.
For sure.
Because sometimes, like, now I'm living in an amazing place, but sometimes
Gorgeous,
it's
right?
like, yeah, you feel sad. And I remember the time that I was with nothing, and I feel so happy and so driving at that moment. You know, it's like, okay. And also, like, if I have a day in your house, because I don't know, you're traveling and you call me, please stay in my house.
Yeah.
Wow, like the best shower. I'm enjoying this so much.
Yeah.
You know, the bed. I enjoy, like, I appreciate those little things that we forget daily.
And you feel like you would be able to appreciate them as much without those hard times.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and that's why I always say, like, me and, you know, my best friend, there was one time where we were going after our dreams in California, we lost everything. And you gotta think, like, two big guys, and we had to go to Burger King, and we had to rip one sandwich in half.
Wow.
And that's all we had for the whole day. And we were just like, man, our backs against the wall, right? But we knew and believed. And now he's a platinum producer with, like, Ariana Grande, and, you know, in the #1 movies, like, in the world and things like that. But it's just the fact that we knew, and we were, no matter what it cost, we were willing to die for it. You know, because it's like, we'd rather do that than not live our dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, like, you have this, like, impulse that if you, what am I gonna lose? You know, I have nothing to do. I can do it. You try.
Yeah.
So you have that in mind, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, just try new things. So that moment, it was the bitter one, but I appreciate it too. Also, I spent 9 months living in Boca. Somebody ran me a tiny place.
Yeah.
I paid $300 for that.
It's still available right now.
Yeah. It was like a tiny bed, but it was very close to the restaurant, so it was perfect. I enjoy it 100% because I have time to go to the beach, to, you know, like, to focus on all my projects and to save money too.
Right. Hey.
So, but so in Boca, I did a pop-up of a vegan pop-up with, like, Indian, Mediterranean, like, Lebanese cuisine. I am so proud of that because
Who told you to do that?
No, I did it. I saw the opportunity.
Yeah.
So I built the website. I called the Uber and everything. So I started. I was working on a pizza place. So I did this ghost kitchen concept in the same place. So people came and they just asked. I didn't have any logo or anything.
Yeah.
It was just me.
Yeah.
It was my
face. Hello.
Yeah.
And then how did that go?
It was like the people love it, but I wasn't making money at the time for that. I feel like you need to understand what are you gonna do and how that is gonna retribuate you. You know, like on money. So that was another internal job that I had. I did to myself how to feel that I deserve. You know?
That you deserve.
I deserve. I deserve to be wealthy. I deserve to make money.
Ooh, come on, talk
So it was a time that I feel so like if you call me to cook for you, I was so like, how much do I charge? You know, like so scared, so shy.
For sure.
Maybe it's too much. You know, like I wasn't sure at the time, and I wasn't making money. I was just surviving, like making $500 per week. working 60 hours per
Crazy.
day.
Yeah.
And, you know, like for me, this is the only thing that I know.
Yeah.
But I start working on my limit programs, you know, like
Limit
how,
programs.
yeah,
Mentally, right?
yeah, how I grew up,
Yep.
how my family used to talk to me,
For sure.
so I start working on that. And one day I start looking these private job positions, and I saw that they pay 50 per hour.
Right.
I was making.
You were like, what?
Yeah, I was like, what? I need to do this.
Yeah.
So because like, it's a journey, you know.
For sure.
First was to have the brave to go out.
For sure.
And then, okay, I'm doing this, but now how I can make money
Right.
with this? So I start sewing that, and I feel like this is the way.
Yeah.
You know, this is the way. This is what I need to do.
Yeah.
Restaurant is not. The thing is, with restaurants is not profitable.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah. So you have to pay labor, you have to pay taxes, you have to pay for rent.
More money comes to you.
Yeah, there's so many things.
Where the private chef, it's more direct, right? To consumer.
Yeah, it's me. So I just set out my prices, and the people pay me. We're good, you know, perfect. So yeah, I at that time I wasn't sure how this works.
Yeah.
But I just say, you know what, I have to figure it out. So I start like building my resume and doing like a portfolio of my plates.
Yeah.
Okay. It's gonna be fine. I'm going to say this.
Okay.
Yeah. So I started doing that and playing like super nice, doing recipes and menus, and I started talking with agencies, like staff agencies.
Yes.
So recruiters. So one day one called me and say, hey, chef, please, do you want to do a private lunch for a couple?
You were like, let me check my phone. Yeah, I'm
Okay. So actually, I was like struggling with the restaurant a lot, so I left the restaurant. One day I said I need to just leave this because.
Were you scared? How did you feel during that time? Where you're like, oh my god, because technically like consistent money, kind of, right?
Yeah.
It's a safe place. So now when you're thinking, I'm gonna leave the restaurant and go to private chefing, it's all you.
Yeah, it was heartbreaking because I believe so much in that, and I put so much love and energy and creative. It was the most beautiful thing that I've been doing, and the way that I left the restaurant, it wasn't the best. So I feel super bad because I didn't honor the way that in my mind.
Yeah.
But sometimes things happen.
And that's very real too.
Yeah.
Because to make a long story short, sometimes things aren't always going to be perfect. You know, even when you're trying to pursue your dreams, sometimes your family's gonna be mad at you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes your best friend, wait, who do you think you are, right? Like, we can't live life to please everyone because, unfortunately, that's just not the way to do it. Obviously, your intentions were good, but sometimes you do have to do what you have to do.
Yeah, and you feel when you need to do that step to, you know, like, Also, like that was my chapter that I called I say no to others to say yes to myself.
Say that again.
Okay, so I say no to others to say yes to myself.
Why is that important?
Because I can, when you say it, like, we don't need to please others. Is sometimes you have to say stop things and say no, step by yourself, and to I know that this is not my life. I know there is something more.
For sure.
And so I left the restaurant, and I remember it's so funny because I spent 3 days feeling so bad, like I was dying. Like, oh my god, I'm so horrible person.
Oh, man.
This is not who I am. You know, like just.
You beat yourself up sometimes, yeah.
And I received that call. Hey, Chef Lee, you want to do this lunch for this couple?
Crazy.
I was like 3 days.
And you know what you said is so powerful right there, because this is what I tell a lot of people. If you want to start your new life, sometimes you have to end your old life.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes that's with a career. Sometimes it's with a bad relationship.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of ladies that I coach as well, and they're like, I'm really waiting for my man, but you're still friends with all of your exes. You know, and if a true man is about to come into your life, it's really hard for him to accept.
What do you think about that?
Oh, here we go. I mean, next time on Lunch with Liz. I think that you truly need to make breaks. You need to stop that, right? Like, I can't go to high school and college at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I need to finish, graduate from that, and move on. Because guess what? If I go back to high school, then I've erased the new work that I've done.
Yeah.
You know, and so my dad always says it like this: you can't be in the right place and the wrong place at the same time.
Wow.
It's real, because if this is a parking spot right here, and you still have your old car, a Honda 95, and God has a brand new 2024 Mercedes Benz, they'll come around the corner, but this old car's still parked there.
Yeah.
He'll come around the corner again, car's still parked there. Like, no matter how many times he comes around, like, they both can't park in there. And then after a while, a wise man or person will be like, you know what? Maybe this person is really attached to that old thing. What is that old person serving for you?
Yeah.
Because clearly there's an attachment, and why would you want to join with someone or something that isn't properly broken off from?
Yeah. Also, I feel like we create our own jails.
Jeez!
You know?
Come on, man. We're going to, it's Saturday, but we're going to church today. Hey, come on!
We create our own jails.
Yeah.
It's like
Talk to me about it.
the Uncle Bob said, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. So it's, like we have our own jail sometimes.
Of course.
We create it too. It's
Yeah.
crazy. But yeah, so that at that time I feel that if I stay here, I'm gonna die. So I left the restaurant and I received this call, and I was like, I'm gonna make, at that time I will make $50 because I wasn't I couldn't understand at the time.
Yeah, but it was something new. Right.
But yeah, I was super open, you know what, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
This is gonna be my first time.
Right.
And I was excited, So I remember that a guy called me, like, hey, can you be here at 11? I said, yeah, of course. So the address was in Miami Beach.
Right.
And I was there at 10:50. I was on point on everything.
Yeah.
With all my groceries, I designed my menu.
Even the lemons?
What?
Even the lemons that I forgot.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's
thank
a long
you.
story.
Yeah.
She usually asked me to bring one thing and I forgot it. This is why I can't be a chef.
Yeah, it's okay. So I went there and a guy, the manager of the house, visited me, and he gave me papers to sign because it's gonna be these super famous people.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
He said, oh.
Yeah. So this guy loved me. He was like, oh, you're so cute. I came with my apron, my overall, my jumpsuit, my bags. And he said, okay, this is very important people.
Yeah.
And
So you had to sign a waiver.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I couldn't use my phone, so it's gonna be super private. I was like, what is this? This is my first time. So I cooked for them a beautiful Mediterranean meal.
Right.
They love it.
Yeah.
They was like, wow.
How good did you feel? First of all, so this piece like this, right? So you leave your job, right? And you're like, you really don't know what there's nothing concrete. Like, you took a leap of faith, believing in your abilities, and we're just out there, right? If you did the right thing, you stopped something. Because otherwise, how would that have happened if you had to go to work during that time? you see what I'm saying? Like you can't fly and walk at the same time.
Yeah.
Come on, right now.
So they loved it. They was like, we need to meet this chef. So they came to me the same day. Are you available to work? We need to hire a chef full time. I was like,
So from the time when you quit to the time where something new came in your life, like that, incredible, a celebrity, you know what I mean, high profile, who's now asking you to pretty much be their professional chef.
yeah,
How much time?
3 days. Like, it's unbelievable.
Some of y'all playing around.
Unbelievable. Trust me, it's unbelievable. Like, I have a witness.
A witness, yeah.
Because
like witness.
Sorry.
Like witness?
But it's because it's crazy
Yeah.
to, you're like, what's going on? So he said, okay, we can pay you 2,000 per week, working 4 days per week. I was like, no! I was making 500 per week.
You're making 500 a week.
2,000.
So 4 times as much a week.
4 days per week.
Right, and how many days were you working before?
6 days per week.
So you're working less. You're working several days less, making several times more.
Yes.
All because you made the right decision, right?
Yeah.
And that's where I'm trying to encourage people that sometimes you do have to take the leap, but the new life can't start until the old one ends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't be born and still be in your mother's womb. You know, like some major change has to happen.
Yeah.
And so I respect you so much.
Yeah. It was like, I was like, what is this?
Where the TV cameras? Come on. So stop playing with it. Stop playing with it.
So
She's like, let me consult with you. I'll get back to you.
yeah, it was so crazy. Also, like, I told the manager, hey, this is my first time. I don't have any experience. Are you sure? He said, yes, I'm sure. I'm going to help you. And I was okay. Just tell me what I need to do.
Yeah.
And I'm doing it. So he was super helpful.
Yeah.
I love him.
Awesome.
Still.
Do you want to give him a shout out? You want to say thank you?
Spartacus, you are the best. He lived in Greece, like
Yeah, yeah.
but he's amazing.
Sometimes divine people will come into your life to aid you into the next thing.
Yeah, so also Valeska, who was another girl that was working there, she helped me too. So it was fun because I was doing what I love to do. I was making money. I was with this.
And a lot of money, that is.
Yeah, I was cooking a mansion in Miami Beach for celebrities. It was like.
How did you feel in that moment?
Scared.
Scared. Was it like scared excitement and mixed with happiness, or like?
No, it was like a huge responsibility.
Yeah.
Also, like to deal with direct clients. It's hard, and you need to please their needs.
Yeah.
It's not about you; it's about them.
Yep.
So you need to be very kind and humble.
Yeah.
And I was ready for that, but it was hard to deal with stress. It was a different type of stress too. It's like
new levels, new devils, right?
Exactly. So it was. I remember that I wake up every day so nervous. Like I wake up 6 a.m. They take my notes, what I'm going to get from the grocery store, and Bill might starting to cook the meal and present them the menu of the day, or just receive what they want. They want me to cook for them. So it was intense.
Yeah.
So I spent like 4 months working for them. One day, this amazing person quit to this job, the manager, and the other lady, it was like close to quit too. It was like very stressful situation at the house, and I was, I want to do this, and I left. One day I said, hey, thank you, but I'm going to just left this job because it was very stressful. But yeah, I have like the confidence
you did it once now.
So,
Well, I'm saying that you had the confidence because you've done it.
exactly.
And it wasn't one time, it was like you did it for 4 months.
Yeah, and I cook a lot. And after that, I just started like talking with people and going to their house to do dinner and meals. And after that, my calendar was booked completely.
Right.
It was crazy. It was like I'm just posting my service on a couple websites, and people start just booking at me.
And it's crazy because when I first met you, I didn't know anything about your marketing background, right? But that very well played into your success as well, because even when you saw the opportunity for the pop-up shop, right? You know, the fact that you're so quickly to, okay, this would make sense, and then you do it.
Yeah.
I think that's the magic in your life, right? Because people can have all the thoughts that they want in the world, but the fact that you see an opportunity, you make a plan, and then you do it.
Exactly. Yeah, that's how I've been doing all of this. Is I've been seeing opportunities everywhere.
Right.
So opportunities to work for me, and I work for them, but at the same time, I feel like I'm always taking control of what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned how to say no to. So when I feel like, no, this is not fitting me anymore, because money, like after that, it was like my money awakeness.
Yeah.
I say, money is so easy to get. It's so
You
easy.
speak to yourself very nice.
Yeah. So after that is now the richness that I want is to feel good.
Yeah.
You know, doing this.
And so I want to bring that up because what you're saying, like you're very in tune with yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and in your emotions, and you listen to yourself well, and you talk to yourself nice.
Yeah.
You know, and those are very important because some people just keep going on, like even though they hate it, you keep doing it. Like, and if you told me something kept offending you and I kept doing it to you, I couldn't say that I love you, right? But if you told me something like offends you or that you're mad when I do something and I stop, that means that I'm listening to you and being kind to you. And I don't think people are being true to themselves. And funny enough, you know, I asked you what your favorite color is, and you said blue, and so I brought you this one because you're obviously you're a fighter. But this color is called True to You Blue.
Wow.
You know, and so it's just about people being true to themselves, right? Because I can live a certain life, and you're making a lot of money, but you're not doing what you actually want to do, so you're not being true to you.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
you're actually living a lie. You know,
Yeah.
so I respect that.
Yeah, thank you. So I started like working for so many people, and something that I found value to was to meet people, to connect with so many like people who have been teaching me, not directly, but because I learned from everywhere, from everybody. So
that's huge. The fact that you can learn from everyone, that's a level of humility that makes you even more powerful.
Yeah, so I started meeting great people, and I don't know how I did it, but I started having all these wealthy clients.
Well, I know how you did it. You kept, the law of attraction is real.
For sure.
And again, like even, you know, many people believe it's like speaking those things. Vibrations are real.
Yeah.
Right? And so you're set, even with radios, right? You turn a radio, a signal goes out to be able to pull a signal down.
Yeah.
Right? And so your voice is sound waves, which is a frequency, right? And people wonder why they keep getting bad things in their life. Well, every day you wake up, you're like, oh, I hate my life. Oh, I have to go to work. Oh, I don't like this. Then you have a life full of things you don't like because you spoke it.
Yeah.
You know, even when I was homeless, like I was like, oh, I have so much money in my bank. I don't even worry about this. Oh, I'm gonna live right by the ocean. I'm gonna see the ocean from my bed. And you see my view. I see the ocean from the You know what I'm saying? Like this is when I had no money in the bank account. I had an eviction notice on my door. I had my car being repossessed. But just the fact that I could hope is free.
Yeah.
You know? And so
yeah, it's all available for us. So I did a dinner for these very important people too at the Faena. It was like planning for months, They look at me, they was excited to meet me because other people was talking about me.
Other people were talking about you.
Yeah.
Because of your work.
Yeah.
You know, and so like we tell everyone, it's important to be a person of excellence because your work is your calling card. You know, you can hand people little cards like, oh, I cook, yeah, okay, whatever. But when someone else tells them, hey, I tasted her food and it's amazing, you need to hire her, think about it. So much of your business is referrals.
Yeah, exactly. So I did this dinner. I went to the final houses, the apartments, and it was a beautiful penthouse with a bunch of art. I remember that it was in November of 2021. And I did my dinner. I did 5 courses with the same ingredients, but in different ways to apply the ingredients. So I explained to them it was a old couple, like senior couple, like 75 and 80 years old with their friends. It was 6 people. And they had a server and they had housekeepers. It was like a very wow. I did my dinner and this lady at the end came to me again and said, do you want to be at our house full time? She offered me more money.
More money? Are you allowed to say? Are you allowed to? So when you mentioned more money, and again, not to feel free to not mention that, but I kind of want people to expand their brains, right? Because when you hear that something's possible, I don't know if there's another chef out there who's in where you were 3 years ago, who just needs to hear that it's real and to see your transition of your story. Like, I think it's super inspiring because think about it, $8,000 is a lot of money, right?
For
and then for you to mention that someone's offering even more, like, that's pretty exciting.
So I said yes, of course. And it was amazing because that time it was so wealthy. I didn't have any limits. I get meat from France or you know, like the best of. They always say, Liv, you have to choose the best of the best. We don't have any limits.
Crazy.
They give me a card. You can get whatever you want.
Wow.
You can get plates if you want. You can get new pots, whatever you want. They give me a kitchen.
That's so cool. That's like a dream, right?
I know.
Yeah.
I love that moment. So I worked for them for maybe 5-6 months. And I burned out because I worked 4 days too, but it was so like they always do events, they always invite very important people.
Oh man, it's like high stress level.
So like I love everything. They practice like how do you call it? Ethics.
Etiquette. Knives and forks.
Everything has to be perfect, and all like the meats. It was so much fun. I learned so much. Because I was so committed to do it well, and I loved that job. Because I grew up so much.
See, I think there's beauty in that as well, right? Because the fact that you're willing to still grow. I think the reason why some people, tap out in life is because they're not willing to grow or become uncomfortable for a short period of time. Do you know what I think? You go from the restaurant to a high-end, celebrity at some point, and then you went to someone who's even higher than that. Right? So it's like I've got to step my game up again. And some people are like, I don't want to step my game again. No, it was a huge opportunity for me. So I give my entire life and soul. The days that I rest, I literally just sleep all day. Because it was so like draining. And like I just got a burnout and they noticed. I was just like, I can't move. And so they moved to New York for the summer. And I feel like they feel like I wasn't the same. I wasn't giving my 100%. I was tired. So we talked about it, and so we ended it, but we were good now. After that, I spent like a month just
resting. You know?
But that's a blessing. You work really hard and you
Yeah.
can afford to take a month to.
Yeah.
How important is recharging yourself? Because again, this is about mental health, right? Like,
Exactly.
how important is that for
It's
you?
about mental health.
Yeah.
I love to do this, but I love myself more, you know, and I don't want to just, it's the price that you have to pay to have a successful career is too high. And
Well, you mentioned, just to clarify, like a celebrity, you know what I mean? Like, because you still want to do this, right? You're just able to do it and still take care of your life and live successful and still be able to have a normal life. But you don't need to be a super duper celebrity out there, you know what I mean, yourself.
Exactly, yeah. So, it's super important to just stop and reconnect with friends and try to have a normal life. At that time, I couldn't. I was just focused on cook, crazy. So I rest for 4 months, and somebody called me like, "Hey, please, I'm working on this restaurant. They have an opportunity to hire a new chef. Do you want to do this? I know that you've been doing other things." And for me, it was okay. I proved myself that I can go to the top.
I love that.
And now I want to involve more people. So this sharpener was the contrast in my life because I accept this. With my plan was to work with a team because in a restaurant you need to hire line cooks, sous chefs, etc. So I put my conditions to go there. They pay me well too, but I need an assistant, I need a sous chef, so to be
That's a big boss list.
Exactly.
Okay, let's go. Even your company just takes like, I needed this, I needed this. Rather than $50 an hour, I just like it's just the change of who you're becoming.
Yes.
Well,
So, but the reality of restaurants is not the dream that I had in my head. So it's something that is people who is dealing with their own mental problems, and the hours exhausting. And also, like these restaurants have so many chances to do it, and I submerged on this restaurant for 3 months, the same, just working. I came at 7 a.m. I left the restaurant 10, 11 every day, but I was just focused on my goal to do a beautiful Italian menu. And I did it. So I'm very proud of that too. I did a beautiful high-end Italian menu. And I spent 5 months. I started May and I ended in October. No, actually November. So it was mentally exhausting to deal with people, the staff, to these people, the restaurant, the owners dealing with to make money, to pay labor.
Oh, of course, That's so much extra additional stress, moving people.
At that time, I came from a place when everything is like you have access of everything before, and then I came to this restaurant where everything is so limited.
And eyes on you.
So it was a contrast for me. Like, what is this? I came from a wealthy place and now I'm living this. But I learned too, like everything. It was opportunity for me.
For sure.
So what I learned is I don't want a restaurant for sure. And also I connect with amazing people that I still working with. Also, like if in my future I see a bigger project for myself, like whatever event that I want to do, I know that I can with people to help me, and that's very beautiful too. And to have that experience to manage a restaurant is huge.
Yeah. You've done it. It's another battle under your belt. Yeah.
But at the same time, I say, you know what? I don't want to work for rich. I don't want to work for restaurants. I want to do what I want, like what I love.
Yeah.
And I want to have a simple life, you know?
And sometimes, it's so funny that you say that, I was telling someone else, sometimes you have to go to the top and be like, you know what, hey, I thought I wanted this.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't. Maybe this is really happy. And I've mentioned it before to other people where it's like, sometimes God will give you what you want to show you that you don't really want that.
Exactly.
You know, but now you have the peace in your heart knowing that I've been there. And I don't want that. I was looking over here, but I actually don't want that. This is what makes me happy. This is the balance of life that you're able to consistently do. Because like you said, you're doing this, burnout. Doing this for what burnout? 4 months per year for like, and that's not healthy, you know? But at least now you know what you can do and what you actually want to do, so you can do it for way longer, right? Because life is long. Life is a marathon.
Yeah, so now what I do is trying to be open, and I know that I have options now. I create my options.
You created the options.
Yeah, so now I'm doing meal preps. I go to my client houses and do simple meals sometimes. You don't feel like you want to cook fancy. You want to do just a nice hot meal. So I do shave to do the meal preps. Sometimes I do consulting. I did a consulting for a hotel recently.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I did it for weeks. So it was perfect because I enjoyed it. You know, it's like this is like different.
Amazing.
It's new, but it's not a long term. Like you. Also, like I feel more confident. I know what I need to do, so it's more easy now.
But you've also been through a lot of battles, right? Like the confidence comes from competence of accomplishments.
Yeah.
You know, so you accomplish it. You know, no matter what. If I had to go do this again, you could.
Exactly.
Right. So
yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, now I'm open my possibilities, just doing events or dinners.
You hear that? She's open, people. She's open.
Yeah. So now I'm just enjoying that. I'm enjoying a relationship too. That I feel like I couldn't do it
because
for years.
Yeah, for sure.
I was just numb in relationships. Now I'm enjoying that.
Amazing.
And sometimes you feel like, because I have this struggling with myself the last month, because I was just, I love that like dopamine that had all this experience. And now my life has been very simple, quiet, nice. And I was like, I'm not doing nothing. But no, I'm growing up in another aspect of my life. You know, it's not like if I'm not doing something, wow.
Yeah, that's real.
It doesn't mean that
you're not doing anything.
Exactly. I'm growing up on this area of my life that I escaped years ago. And now, I'm enjoying a relationship, I'm traveling, and
it's the wealth of life.
Connected with friends, you know. And that's richness too.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like appreciate every chapter of your life. I embrace and love and hug the least that I was, because she bring me to here now.
She was brave.
Yeah,
she was
so
brave. Respect to that young lady, respect to you. And then she made decisions that you can now smile about right now.
Yeah, for sure.
So, as we kind of close this as well, like, your story is super inspirational, right? I know there's a lot of people, out there who might be on the verge of making a decision where they're stopping home life and starting a new one, or possibly going into the same industry as you. What words of encouragement can you give to people that are, maybe even in a hard place in life right now?
So just be kind with yourself, believe in yourselves too. But I like now I'm very stuck with this. Be kind with yourself, and go through. We don't understand is when we're with situations or bad situations are happening to us. We feel like, oh, this it's everything, but it's not. It's just go through that moment. We're always changing. Life is always changing. Situations always changing.
Seriously.
People is go in, go out. So just be patient and be kind and just go through it and enjoy and appreciate little moments and see like yeah.
That's it. That's that. That's real though, and that's incredible because not only are you just saying this, but like, you lived it.
Yeah.
You know, look where it's brought you because you were kind to yourself, because you didn't listen to yourself, and then act accordingly to what your body and your emotions were telling you. So before we go as well, is there any like plugs? Where can they find you? Where can they hire you?
So on social media, I have Pinterest, I have YouTube, I have Instagram. So I always post recipes or my food is nice to watch.
It
So
is.
follow me.
Yeah, there you
It's Liz Espina. We're gonna.
go. Yeah, okay.
we're gonna
right there.
put it here.
Or there. Somewhere over there.
I mean, being nice to talk with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like we clicked when we
Oh,
met.
we did.
Yeah, it was nice. And I love that you're surrounded with nice people too. I appreciate a lot.
Same circle.
Dave, Andre.
Oh, they're the best.
Yeah, Carolina,
Yeah.
Renee, like all the people that you were surrounded.
Yeah.
It's very inspiring too.
All those people are super brave, you know what I mean? Like, again, shout out to David and Brittany, because again, that's the only reason why I met you, right? But they are some of the most genuine, hardworking, integrous,
Yes.
brave people.
Yeah.
Like, I've ever met in my life, and I'm so grateful for them, and I'm grateful for you, and like, I'm grateful that you lived your life the way you did. Right? Because even hearing that, the second I met you, I was like, that is so inspiring. Like, that you were so ambitious, that you believed in yourself against all the competition that's in Miami, that you thought you can do it.
I never thought about it anyway.
Crazy. You hear that? Even that. That you're not even worried about the competition because, again, they might cook with whatever, but you cook with. Liz cooks with love. Okay?
Yeah, also like I'm unique, you
Yeah.
know? Like
That's
people pay for my food, but pay for my energy too.
That's real.
Pay for my smile, for my positivity.
Yeah.
Positivity.
Yeah, that's
So,
real.
yeah, it's
Real.
a package.
Because that, oh man, that is so true. It's real. It's real. like, that just hit me because I know that people do pay for that with me as well, right? Because you can get speakers anywhere else, but it's like, I know that it's the internal work that you do inside, which radiates the energy that's coming out of you, that people are attracted to, right? And they'll pay to have that around you. It's hard to put that into currency,
Yeah.
but they don't even realize what they're paying for all the time. They just know that they like you around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's important because I work in their house.
Yeah.
You
Oh.
want the best.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's real.
There. So yeah, I appreciate everything.
Yeah.
The food is cold, but we're gonna
We're gonna
eat.
eat anyway. Because we just like, and right after this, you'll see us going through and be almost. I think I only lost one finger, so she told me, so I'll show you how it goes after this. But Liz, thank you so much for being brave. Thank you for being a fearless fighter. Thank you for.
I love my.
There you go. There you go. There you go. We got so much. But honestly, I'm so grateful to you and to everyone else out there. Be brave, be bold, and be fearless. We love you. We're out. Take care. Amazing. You are incredible. I'm so grateful for you. Like, honestly, you went through the whole thing.
I'm hungry.
Oh my gosh.